Thanks for joining us. I'm Marlon Bowling with you, your tour guide to the ag commodities. And as we look at our grain trade right now, I want to focus, for one thing, on some new export inspection numbers that just came out that could have a little bit to do with the trade. So on the numbers this week, let's see if we can bring those up here for the export inspections. Well, maybe we can. All right. Well, if we can't, we'll take a look at them in just a little bit. There they are. All right. Now, on the corn, we have 597,144 tons that were shipped out of the country last week. That was an improvement over what we had the previous week at 510,000. On the sorghum, 77,863 tons. That was an improvement as well over the 57,933 that we had the week before. Soybeans, 322,000. That was actually just about identical to what we had the previous week. Didn't change too much. And the wheat, 390,364 tons. That notched upward a little bit, so that was an improvement over the 311,000 that we had the week before. Okay, now let's take a look at our current prices. And on the corn board, with our quotes from bar chart, we're sagging. You know, we started out a little firmer. We were trading higher overnight, and that's all gone. December down 3 at 483 3/4. In soybeans, you have the November down 8 1/4 at 1384 1/4. Yikes, that had been higher too overnight. In the soybean meal market over here, look at that. October down $6.50 at 406.10. Let's go to the wheat trade here. See what's going on in Chicago. December now is one tick higher at $6.75, but sagging off of our earlier highs today. Kansas City wheat December down 5.5 at 723 3/4. And on the spring wheat in Minneapolis, December down 4 1/4 at 781.5. Bright spot was cotton earlier. And December still 52 points higher at 87.41. We have Todd Bubba Horwitz with us. He's with BubbaTrading.com, and he's in Las Vegas. We were talking during the break before we came on live here, Todd. It just seems like these grain markets look tired.
Marlon, I don't know. They look tired. There's no interest. There's no buyers in sight. Every rally gets sold, and gets sold hard. I mean, you know, corn was at almost 492. Now it's 483. I mean, this has been one of the ugliest periods of trade that I've seen in 44 years of the way that we're seeing reaction, because the prices at retail aren't down. The prices at retail are higher, and the prices at wholesale are lower, which it's not a good marriage. That is not a good situation, and it doesn't bode well for the markets for the next, you know, until we figure it out that to get production, we're going to have to pay up a little bit at the wholesale end.
You know, let me bring up a wheat chart here, 6-month chart on Chicago wheat, and it just seems like it is just so oversold. You keep thinking it's going to bounce, and we just keep waiting. It never happens.
Well, you know, you would think it would bounce, and listen, full disclosures, you know, was fairly bullish, and it's not that I'm bearish now, but it's certainly extremely frustrating because the logic behind what's going on in these markets does not make sense. Nothing really computes the way that you might think it should, based on all the inputs and everything that goes into these products. And certainly, a lot of farmers have to be struggling unless they're going to have awfully big crops, and I don't hear that either.
Wow, okay, and this is in the face of a lower U.S. dollar index value today, too. Todd, thank you for the comments. Appreciate that, sir. That's Todd Bubba Horwitz. He's with BubbaTrading.com, and he's in Las Vegas. We'll come back, and we'll take a look at livestock after a quick break.